22, verse number 21. And we may read more verses because it's very short purport. Let's see. Let's see.
Ja, ja, die Vers 22, 23 ist schon für alle noch präsentiert. Also wird aber noch
am Dienstag.
Ja.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 möchtest du keinen bekommen. Also 20, ich glaube, Julia hat es gelesen, aber wie es zusammenpasst.
So, the chapter is called Bali Maharaj surrenders his life. So we had a previous chapter 22 where Bali Maharaj surrenders the universe. So first he should surrender the universe, then he gets arrested by the Lord, and now he surrenders his life. So that's a very interesting story. So we have verse number 21. And we have Lord Brahma speaking. Shri Brahma Vacha.
Shri Brahma Vacha.
Shri Brahma Vacha.
Shri Brahma Vacha.
Bhuta Bhavana Bhuteshu.
Bhutavana Bhuteshu.
Bhuta Bhavana Bhuteshu.
Bhutavana Bhuteshu.
Deva Deva Jaganmaya.
Deva Deva Jaganmaya.
Deva Deva Jaganmaya.
Deva Deva Jaganmaya.
Munchainam Hita Sarvashvam.
Munchainam Hita Sarvashvam.
Munchainam Hita Sarvashvam.
Munchainam Hita Sarvashvam.
Nayam Arhati Nigraham.
Nayam Arhati Nigraham.
Nayam Arhati Nigraham.
Nayam Arhati Nigraham.
Shri Brahma Vacha.
Shri Brahma Vacha.
Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha.
Bhutavana Bhuteshu.
Deva Deva Jaganmaya.
Deva Deva Jaganmaya.
Munchainam Dvita Sarvashvam.
Munchainam Hita Sarvashvam.
Nayam Arhati Nigraham.
Nayam Arhati Nigraham. Shri Brahma Vacha. Shri Brahma Vacha. Bhutavana Bhutesha. Bhutavana Bhutesha. Deva Deva Jaganmaya. Deva Deva Jaganmaya. Munchainam Hita Sarvasvam. Munchainam
Sarvashvam.
Nayam Arhati Nigraham.
Nayam Arhati Nigraham.
Shri Brahma Vacha.
Shri Brahma Vacha. Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha. Deva Deva Jaganmaya. Munchaivam Rita Sarvashvam. ahati nigraham. Shri Brahmovacha Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha Deva Deva Jaganmaya Sarvamrita Sarvashvam Nayamahati Nigraham. Shri Brahmovacha Bhute Bhavana Bhutesha Deva Deva Jaganmaya Munjai Varita Sarvasvam Nayam Ahati Nigraham. Shri Brahmovacha Lord Brahma said, Bhuta Bhavana, O Supreme Being, well-wisher of everyone, who can cause one to flourish. Bhuta Isha, O Master of everyone. Deva Deva, O worshipable deity of the demigods. Jagat Maya, O all-pervading one. Muncha, please release. Enam, this poor Bali Maharaj. Rita Savashvam, now bereft of everything. Na, not. I am such a poor man. Ahati deserves Nigraham, punishment. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Lord Brahma said, O well-wisher and master of all living entities, O worshipable deity of all the demigods, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, now this man has been sufficiently punished, for you have taken everything. Now you can release him. He does not deserve to be punished more. Purport. When Lord Brahma saw that Prahlad Maharaj and Vidyavali had already approached the Lord to ask mercy for Bali Maharaj, he joined them and recommended Bali Maharaj's release on the grounds of worldly calculations. The verse again. Shri Brahmovacha Bhuta Bhavina Bhuteshu Deva Deva Jaganmaya Munchaiva Sarvashvam Nayam Arhati Nigraham. Lord Brahma said, O well-wisher and master of all living entities, O worshipable deity of all the demigods, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, now this man has been sufficiently punished, for you have taken everything. Now you can release him. He does not deserve to be punished more. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Shtapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakapacharubyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I'm gonna take the bait from Kamalasita, and we will go back and read, because reading Srila Prabhupada's books and purport, it's just such a nectar. So there is a purport before this. Now Brahma, he was just speaking now, but before Brahma spoke, Vindhyavali, the wife of Bali Maharaj, she was speaking, and she has a very interesting point of view. She, of course, she's seeing if her husband is captured, that means she will also be captured. It's not that she's like free if her husband is not free. So her destiny is very much linked with the destiny of her husband. So she is a very, very, very intelligent woman. So she is speaking. I'm not reading the Sanskrit because it's a very long verse, but we will read what she's saying, and then the purport by Srila Prabhupada, and then we can have a, yeah. It's long, but it's very nice. So Shrimati Vinjavali said, "O my Lord, you have created the entire universe for the enjoyment of your personal pastimes, but foolish, unintelligent men have claimed proprietorship for material enjoyment. Certainly they are shameless agnostics. Falsely claiming proprietorship, they think they can give charity and enjoy. In such a condition, what good can they do for you, who are the independent creator, maintainer, annihilator of this universe?" So she is actually more or less chastising her husband with how she's speaking. It's, in one sense, um, she is very Krishna conscious. So she is seeing things as they are. And she is speaking to the Lord how he has created everything for his own personal pastimes. But the living entities who are in illusion, she calls them agnostics, but the living entities who are illusion, they think that the whole creation are meant for them. And therefore, falsely, they think, I can give in charity. So this is where Bali Maharaj, he's getting caught, because he thought, here's somebody is coming and begging. He's begging only 3 steps of land. And easy I can give, because I'm the big king, I can easily give 3 steps of land. So this is the illusion that she's speaking about. They think they are the propriety, and they think they can give charity. But since everything belongs to the Lord, they have actually nothing to give in charity, because it doesn't belong to them. Now we can read Srila Prabhupada's purport. There will definitely be many more points on this. Purport: Bali Maharaj's wife, who was most intelligent, supported the arrest of her husband and accused him of having no intelligence because he had claimed proprietorship of the property of the Lord. Such a claim is a sign of demoniac life. Although the demigods, who are official appointed by the Lord for management, are attached to materialistic enjoyment, they never claim to be proprietors of the universe, for they know that the actual proprietor of everything is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the qualification of the demigods. But the demons, instead of accepting the exclusive proprietorship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, claim the property of the universe for themselves, though demarcations. Through demarcation. What does it mean, demarcations? Through demarcations of nationalism.
It's like marking. Demarcation is like a label. sign.
Okay, so they put like nationalism on top of it, and then they say this is ours, something like that. And then it's said in exclamation, this part is mine and that part is yours. They say, this part I can give in charity and this part I can keep for my enjoyment. These are all demoniac conceptions. This is described in the Bhagavad Gita 16:13. Idam atyam mayam labam idam prapshe ma no rataham. Thus far I have acquired so much money and land. Now I have to add more and more. In this way I shall be the great proprietor of everything. Who can compete with me? These are all demoniac conceptions. Bali Maharaj's wife accused Bali Maharaj by saying that although the Supreme Personality of Godhead had arrested him, showing him extraordinary mercy, and although Bali Maharaj was offering his body to the Supreme Lord for the Lord's third step, he was still in darkness of ignorance. Actually, the body did not belong to him, but because of his long-standing demoniac mentality, he could not understand this. He thought that since he had been defamed for his inability to fulfill his promise of charity, and since the body belonged to him, he would free himself from defamation by offering his body. Actually, however, the body does not belong to anyone but the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by whom the body is given. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita 1861, Savasham Ishvara Savabhutanam Rijeshe Arjuna Tishtati Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yantra Rudani Maya. The Lord is situated in the core of everyone's heart, and according to the material desire of the living entity, the Lord offers a particular type of machine, the body, through the agency of the material energy. The body actually does not belong to the living entity, it belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Under the circumstances, how could Bali Maharaj claim that the body belonged to him? Thus, Vinjavali, Bali Maharaj's intelligent wife, prayed that her husband be released by the Lord's causeless mercy. Otherwise, Bali Maharaj was nothing but a shameless demon, specifically described as Chaksha Rijas. I cannot read it. A foolish person claiming proprietorship over the property of the Supreme Person. In the present age, Kali Yuga, the number of such shameless men who are agnostic disbelieving in the existence of God has increased, trying to defy the authority of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So-called scientists, philosophers, and the political manufacturers plans and schemes for the destruction of the world. This is really like actual. Huh? This is just what's happening right now. They cannot do anything good for the world, and unfortunately, because of Kali Yuga, they have plunged the affairs of the world into mismanagement. Thus, there is a great need for the Krishna consciousness movement for the benefit of the innocent people who are being carried away by the propaganda of such demons. If the present status quo is allowed to continue, people will certainly suffer more and more under the leadership of these demoniac agnostics. So this is a very wonderful purport, and we have the whole statement of Vinjavali. She wants, of course, that her husband is getting freed. He has been captured. Actually, he's captured by Garuda, and he has been tied up with a serpent. What's the name? Masuki? No? Another name of another serpent. He has been tied up. So he's like captured like that. And the worst thing actually what's happened to him, and he is more or less saying, you've already taken my fame, my pride, you've already taken my reputation, because I couldn't fulfill by the trick. Actually, his demoniac followers, they are claiming also, they're saying that he is already been degraded so much because he has given a promise, and by the trick of Vamanadev, because he was tricked by this this is what his followers are saying, by this bad Vamanadev, his whole reputation is gone. Because a king who cannot give what he has promised in charity, it's a very infamous thing. If you give a promise, especially to a beggar, that you will give some charity, and then you don't fulfill it, alone for this, he is gonna go to hell. This is enough for one to become completely degraded if one cannot fulfill one's promise like that. So they're saying the punishment is enough. And this is also the point that we read in the first verse, that Lord Brahma he's making. He has already suffered enough. He has been punished enough by being defamed, losing his reputation, and then being captured. This is very humiliating to be captured like that. He's a great king. He should be able to free himself, but he cannot. He's completely. He's just forced to stay in a situation which is not of his own choosing. And then his wife, on top of that, on top of that, she kind of like says, yes, it's your own, it's your own foolishness. You are in such an illusion that you think that your head is your head. It's not your head. Everything belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everything is there to be used for the pleasure of the Lord. So she is actually very conscious. She has a very deep spiritual realization that nothing belongs to us. And if anything belonged to us, it was because of the grace of the Supreme. And this is where Srila Prabhupada in the purport, that's where he's making the differentiation between the demigods and the demons. Because the demigods, they have the whole heavenly sphere for their management. But they are never in the illusion that this belongs to us. They always see the whole management that they are doing for the service of the Lord. So they may live in great opulence. They may have very less suffering in the heavenly sphere, but they are never in the illusion that this belongs to us. And this is like the differentiation. In Srila Prabhupada, he goes to the Bhagavad Gita, where the demon, he is speaking very clearly. Today I have gotten so much, and if I continue on my path, I will get more. So this kind of quality which the demon is guarded by is the quality of greed. He always wants more. There's never satisfaction. And that's because there's never satisfaction on the material level. So the demons get illusioned like that. So Vinjavali, she's kind of like saying you are you're getting the suffering which is due to you because you're a fool. But she also knows that her own situation in life is connected with her husband, so of course she wants that he should become free again. And then it ends up, we will continue to read, and actually Bali Maharaj, he's given a planet. It is a planet in the Sutala. The name is Sutala. So it's a planet. It's a planet in the lower planetary system, but it was created by Vishwakarma, one of the great architects of the demigods. So on that planet, it's almost like a sub-heavenly planet, but it's situated on hellish. And Mamanda Davis is saying to Bali Maharaj, there you will not see fear, you will not see suffering. So he is actually getting blessed and getting a very nice future. He surrendered, and that's what it says. Bali Maharaj, that was in his consciousness. He had already given all the land. The first step, and then he gave the whole earth, and then in the second step it was like the whole universe. And from his point of view, he has given all he can. In the end, he gave his head. That was his last. What he was. So he is surrendering his life. He's surrendering everything, and because of his complete surrender, of course, the Lord is merciful. First, he arrested him, but in the end, it turned out very nice, and he was very merciful to him, and gave him a proper. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mahan Ki Jai, Shri Shri Gauranga. So this is a very wonderful pastime in the Bhagavatam with lots of it's taking lots of turns. This pastime. Who is Bali Maharaj? First, there was a whole fight to get Bali Maharaj on the throne of the heavenly king Indra, and there are many turns in this story. Srila Prabhupada in the end of the purport, he is also making the point that because of this demoniac concept, the whole world is actually mismanaged. And there is, what is he saying here? Because of Kali Yuga, they have plunged the affairs of the world into mismanagement. So we see how those who are in charge, we had one of the devotees who come here since many years. She moved out of Iran last year in the summer because she just couldn't live there anymore, because there's this mentality, we have to destroy Israel completely. That was like the mentality. There's a neighboring land, and we cannot tolerate that they exist. So she couldn't live there anymore because this was so. And many devotees who are there, they kind of like, they just have to leave, and also many other people, lots of other people, they leave because they cannot tolerate how this. It's like a perverted superiority complex, we are the best and everybody should be like us. So this is Srila Prabhupada is speaking about this, and it's a very demoniac way of thinking, because it's the identification with the body and the identification with the uh, ideology. Prabhupada also calls it nationalism here. This demoniac way of putting a stamp of nationalism on something. So these are all things that are creating big disturbances within the world today. It's the real problem, which is there. It's a problem of consciousness. If there was actually the consciousness that we are all eternal servants of the Supreme, everything belongs to the Supreme, we are all taking according to our needs and sharing and giving. So this whole consciousness and everything is used in the service of the Lord, then there is enough. Nobody needs to be greedy for anything. There is enough. There's plenty. The world, and especially Mother Earth, she's a personality. And if people become more and more demoniac, she is going to withhold her opulence. But if everybody is in a proper consciousness, in the spiritual consciousness, there is abundance. So it's only a question of consciousness. And Srila Prabhupada is making this point in the end that thus there's a great need for the Krishna consciousness movement for the benefit of the innocent people who are being carried away by the propaganda of such demons. Because the problem is also with the people who are trying to propagate materialistic ideologies, is that they are usually not alone. They usually manage by propaganda to have a huge amount of people following. So many of these people, they are kind of like misled, but they are also ignorant, but they also have some innocence. Yes.
I just add that what I felt is like when I watch some videos of those things, so the young kids are like who are even like 5, 6 years old, so they are trained to think like that to be old and kill these people.
Yeah.
That is very much strange, and how they are being trained at that kid level. I mean,
Yeah, and it's also, of course, there's also something karmic about somebody taking birth under a certain oppressed society, whatever, that you took birth there because it's kind of like your karma. So if it is easy for you to kind of like latch on to that ideology because it's like your karma. So, but you're still getting, you're still being misled. So this is happening very early in the life of people. But many of the people, if you give them an alternative, they are actually innocent. They can change their ways. So yes. So thank you for giving me this nice long purpose. Yeah, it's a very wonderful. And she was actually Pinjavali. She was actually spiritually, she was a little more enlightened than her husband. But yes.
I've been wondering, because Bali Maharaj is one of the Mahajans.
Yes.
So it means that he has, he's one of the knowledgeable people of the Vedas. But isn't it, and also his grandfather was Prahlad Maharaj, and he was a great devotee because he knew that Vamana did, Vamana did, like he was, and he wanted to serve him. So isn't it the case of the same as Arjuna, where he was temporarily
he was temporarily like covered over. And also, how did he become a Mahajan? If you think about it,
He became a Mahajan because he did what he did.
yes. And he also, after he went through everything he went through, he became completely realized, and then he was a Mahajan. You understand what I mean? It's and therefore we can also learn from him. How, surrender for every one of us, it's not instant. It's like a process. And he went through this process of surrendering more and more and more. And although he kind of like surrendered on the material level, he also had to go through a transformation and actually get a deeper spiritual realization. And that's, Prahlad Maharaj is also coming. Brahma, I think maybe Prahlad Maharaj, he came first to speak. There are three persons who come and say, when he is standing there coiled in a snake, first Prahlad Maharaj, he comes, he's his grandfather, very beautiful, very grand personality, very pure. And he say, oh, it's okay, he has suffered enough. And then his wife come, and then Lord Brahma comes. So they are more persons. And this is also like the quality of a great personality. He actually has friends, He has somebody who will come and vouch for him, and say, yes, he is in this situation, coiled in a snake, captured, but actually he's really a good person. Can you please let him go now? So he has somebody who can speak for him, who are themselves. I mean, Lord Brahma, he's a very great personality. His wife, she was obviously very spiritually enlightened person, and Prahlad Maharaj also. So he had three persons who came and spoke for him. So that's also very nice. Something else, maybe some other point.
So the point is that he, like what we learned from him, is that he gave something because he thought it was his. But if so, the lesson that we learned is yes, I surrender this, this, and this, but also with the knowledge that I have nothing to give, but
yeah, this is the whole mentality. Like it's a very pure mentality, and we see it in India, how people, they take water from the Ganges and then they offer it back to the Ganges. They worship Mother Ganges by taking a palmful of water, and then the love and devotion and prayer, they offer the same water back to the Ganges. So actually, they didn't give anything. They took the water from the Ganges. So their whole understanding is, it doesn't belong to me. The only thing that actually belongs to you is your consciousness, your love and devotion. So this is what you can give. There is something you can give, but it's not a thing. You understand? It's nothing material.
but no, I mean like everybody of I mean it's slightly different, but I mean like our talents and the things that we can do,
Yes.
our abilities, those are also not ours.
No, these are
But
also gifts.
it's like the package that you received from Krishna, like your current situation, and these are the things that you have to engage. So yes, thank you very much. So I offer this to you, my talent, like if you're a writer or a singer, but also knowing thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Yes.
And here,
Yes.
like
Yes, we just said, we are just right now, there is the Kirtan festival in Rishikesh, and one of the devotees who were there, he was telling his life story, that he has been like a professional musician for many years and traveling all over the world as a musician, playing different instruments and singing and this and that. But it never gave him any satisfaction. And then he he was born in a devotee family, but then he turned back and used that musicianship again in the service of the kirtan, and now it's completely changing his life. Now he's completely satisfied, and he was a good musician, materially speaking, with some uh, success, material success, but that didn't give the satisfaction of the heart because it was not connected to Krishna. So we can have qualities and we can use these qualities on a material level, but as if we do not connect it with Krishna, it's not going to give satisfaction. So this is also what Bali Maharaj is like teaching, or at least his wife is speaking like that. You know, so it's I mean it's not so difficult to understand because even if you sit and you try to play, you may not be able to do it if you don't surrender. You can even do the most simple things. You can just mess it up. You know this, everybody knows this. You do something which is completely normal for you, but if you don't surrender, you cannot even figure that out. So you are dependent. We are always dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Every step of the way we are dependent. And this is the realization that with Vinjavali, that's her strong, you know, she's saying everything belongs to the Lord. You should give it, you know, not because it's yours, but because that's your relationship. Your relationship is to offer with love. That's the only thing we can actually add to whatever we give is the devotion. That's our free choice. And that's also what makes all the difference. We know it especially when devotees are cooking prasadam. If they do it with love and devotion, it's so tasty. You know, Krishna enjoyed it, and you just get completely blissful just by taking that prasadam. So you understand that the ingredients is devotion. That's like the main ingredients. Yes, you want to say something?
Yeah, and I want to ask if also attachments are God-given, if they also come from Krishna, or is it born from my inability to surrender? You understand?
What was Bali Maharaj? He had attachment.
Yes, he had attachment. He was thinking that everything belongs to him,
Yes.
like the whole universe. And also, he thought that his body belongs to him, which is not true. But what is about the more subtle things, like attachments are also material. It's also like the body, it's not really me, right?
Yeah, but yeah,
Depends on how you use it.
yeah. The quality is always what do we do with it? You know, are we just you know? Um, we can always choose to connect whatever we have to Krishna or not.
Because your attachments can take you closer to Krishna, or it can take you away from Krishna. If it takes you away from Krishna, then bad. If you can, like Maharaj, like Indradina Maharaj told me, for instance, when my father passed away, or just he said, no, you have to go to your father. You have to take care of him, and it's okay if you're sad, and you have to grieve him, whatever. So that's an attachment. But my father is just that's his body. But the attachment of father-daughter is there, and you can use it. So you can either use it for Krishna and say, "This is my service. I take care of my father," and or you can use your family as an excuse not to go. not to go to the temple or not to go whatever, and then not so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very good example because we are in the material world, we have a certain frame that we are kind of like our life is in, and we may be attached, to our house. Let's say you're attached to a house or your home. Yes, but then you turn that home or house into a temple of Krishna. Then you use the space to 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 worship Krishna, or to have a place, a sanctuary where you can yourself absorb yourself in chanting and reading and like that. Or like Kamala Sita, they have Lord Jagannath, they have the Lord of the universe in their home. It's like that's how you use an attachment. You have a very nice place, and what do? You put Krishna in the center. So this is attachment are there. We have this frame. We will be attached to many things, but I mean, we're a little bit attached to the cats here because they're living with us. So what do? We give them Chanamrita. We try to kind of like, somehow or other see there is a spirit soul within this cat, and this also needs mercy. So we try to connect like that. So you have to kind of like see what is the attachment, and how can I turn this attachment into something positive, which will get me closer to Krishna. If the attachment is I have to have my peace, that can be your attachment. I need my personal space. I have to have my peace. Then use your peace to chant the holy name and study Prabhupada's books. Then you get the best benefit. You have a certain attachment. You want certain things which are important to you, yes, but turn them positive by connecting them to Krishna.
And what about the attachments that are in the way?
Yeah, these ones we have to let go.
Yeah.
But they're
like, it's not so easy, right?
No, it's not easy.
This was kind of also my question. Like, this is also given by Krishna just as a means to grow, or if they are also just like, I guess, my own fault.
What we can do with attachments that are kind of like not good for Krishna consciousness, we can ask Krishna to please help us remove them. So we can use the attachment. I mean, first we have to become conscious that this is not very good for me. We have to kind of like be honest. This is not very good for me. It's not helping me advance spiritually. So we go to Krishna and we say our case. This is my case. That's my situation. I'm not in a very good, it's not very good for me. Please help me. I want to become a better servant of you. And with this load of attachment, it's just not helping me. Kindly see how can I remove it? How can I lose it? Yes.
I'm just thinking about this. Yes, our attachments, like the bad ones. I speculate that it's it's the choices that we have made over many lifetimes. They accumulate and they become attachments. But Krishna can use bad things and good things. So, like if you, for instance, let's talk about addiction, any kind of addiction. There's this 12-step program for the alcoholics, and the first step in recovery for any addiction is that you have to first of all you have to say that, okay, I have a problem. You have to admit that you have a problem. And the second step is that I cannot do it by myself. I need a higher power. I think they use the word higher power to make it kind of open
to everybody.
everybody. But for us, we know, like, okay, I have this attachment, and it's sort of part of my karma, but I can learn humility from it, because I cannot do it by myself, and that's what you said. Is that
Yeah.
okay? Please, Krishna.
Yes, yeah, it's very important to come. The first step is like acknowledge, because somebody can say, I have this attachment. It's good. Yeah, I am happy with
I
it.
can stop anytime.
So then you have to see this is not good. It's not gonna help me. So the first thing is really the acknowledgement and then taking shelter. And I would like to know all the steps, because I think these 12 steps, I think they are very scientific, how to actually get free even from.
I think they are actually
I think we have this, there is,
program for devotees.
yeah, there is a poster outside. Somebody is using the 12-step program for addiction. I think it's a whole thing. You can actually use it. How to.
It's very compatible.
Yeah, it can be used. And to ask for help, it's a very important thing. You can also, if it's difficult for you to actually see Krishna as a person, maybe it's more easy to ask for help from other devotees. That's maybe more easy, maybe. Okay, we're good. Thank you very much. Oh, glory to Srila Prabhupada. Grantarachima Bhagavatam ki jai.
Manjula-mani.